So I thought I'd film, like, an update on things since I haven't posted in a while. And, most people watch. Here, my cat's being loud. Most people watch for, like, cosplays and things, so I thought I'd do a, update or, like, announcement about my next cosplay. So at this Dragon Con, I'm going to enter as Foxy, and I have someone else with me that's going to enter in as Mangle at the Masquerade costume contest. So if I can find someone to record, or I can find a recording of it, I'll just post it in my channel. This is Foxy so far. A few of you might have like watched the whip I did of his hand. I don't know where I put that, but it's somewhere. But it's a lot more done than that. It's pretty much completely done. Or is it completely done? I think I just need to finish the thumb on that. But originally I was going to just refurbish the old Foxy head that I had made in a really old video that you can watch on my channel still. I never really liked that Foxy, if I'm being completely honest. Originally I was going to refurbish him again and turn him into a Phantom Foxy, but I never finished that, so I just took all of his fabric off, because I had painted it to be Phantom Foxy, and recarved some things and got this. I also remade his snout, but I wasn't really happy with this one either, mostly because it's not symmetrical at all. Because this, I think at that point, had been like the third cosplay I had made, and I hadn't really made any changes to it, so it's still got like that, I guess, amateur, I don't know, feeling about it, at least to me. Like, if someone else were to make this, and it would look exactly the same, I think, oh my god, that's amazing, that's great cosplay, but since I made it, I absolutely hate it. As you can see with the hat, I'm making the Captain Foxy design from FNAF Help Wanted, mostly just because that means I have to make less body parts, so, you know, I don't have to make the arms or anything, and I can leave the back open, and since the coat is so big, I don't have to make like the entire torso. So I'm thinking that will help keep me cool. And with the person who's the person who's making Mangle, I had also redesigned Mangle for her, and to kind of like fit the same pirate aesthetic, because she doesn't have like as much of a heat tolerance as I do. I thought that this just kind of making matching characters would also fit like the show we're doing. I'll probably play like a snippet of the show audio here.
Dark clouds, they circle over rusted seas, a rusted boat with rusted meat. My hook and hands are far from clean. So gritty sails are pulled like the
I think the show will be really cool. At least I hope it will be. It will be like the first show that I'd really put on anywhere. So, kind of excited for that. That's in September. The video probably won't be out till October, because the convention starts, because I'm going over the weekend to the convention, so, which isn't till close to the end of September. So that's about it. I guess I can show you some more about the new Foxy. I never really thing I was most like, I guess, insecure about refurbished Foxy was the snout. This one is, his snout is a lot more accurate. It's got that weird, I've broke it 74 times look to it. It's also, I think it's the right length. His head shape's a lot more accurate and it's symmetrical, since I used a pattern for this Foxy. I didn't use the pattern, or any pattern really. I just kind of winged it, and I mean it's fine, but it's just, and I don't really think the way his face looks fits the personality he has in the show that I'm doing. This one does a lot more. So when I make his ears, which I do have some ears around here somewhere, I don't know where they went, but because they're for this Foxy, they're not exactly right, so I'm going to remake them. He's going to have earrings. I don't know where I put the things I was going to use. Keyrings to use as earrings. Foxy doesn't have earrings, but I thought it'd look pretty cool, and it'd help to sell that he's kind of like this pirate fox captain a little better than just him. I had also made his nose out of oven baked clay. Man, it's not want to focus today. Yeah, I just have to hold it really far away. My camera's far-sighted. Fun. Okay, but, I haven't cooked it yet. I think I'm gonna cook this and the teeth all at the same time. And then I'm gonna sand it because I don't really like the texture that it has right now. And then I'm gonna paint it with acrylic paints because you can't paint... I learned that you can't paint this type of clay with spray paint because it just has like this chemical reaction where it won't ever dry, which is pretty interesting but not really helpful. I wasn't really going to use spray paint anyways. I'm going to use... Did I say I was going to use acrylic paint? I'm sorry. For his teeth, I'm going to most likely use acrylic paint. For his nose, I'm going to use puffy paint. My camera is about to die. Anyways, I'm going to use puffy paint so it can have that plastic texture, kind of like his eye patch right here has. Please focus before my camera dies. Yeah, which is just a piece of craft foam with puffy paint on it. I took a sponge brush, and it has the it has the plastic texture that the game has, which is this kind of bumpy sort of texture. I bought this plush coral fleece. I'm not going to use the fleece I used for this. I'm going to use this one, which is the same fabric I used for Springtrap, because it has that kind of fur texture, and the kids that weren't horrified of Springtrap really liked this. Like, they would be like screaming about how fluffy the rabbit was, and not how there was a corpse inside of him. So I think that'll work, and this takes weathering very well, and it looks really authentic, and I can add a lot of texture with this. I couldn't find any red dye, so I'm going to use Kool-Aid. I've never done that before, but I'm just kind of hoping it works. I had bought these to use as his little tuft of fur on his head. I'm going to wrap it with this, because these have wires in them, and they can just be bended, and it'd be a lot easier than rolling up just like pieces of fur to use as his little fur tuft. Here's his hand. It's not as done as I remember it being. I guess that was just some kind of wishful thinking. It's made out of EVA and craft foam, which craft foam is EVA foam, but and I put a bunch of random little greeblies on. I think they're called greeblies, which is just something random that has no functional purpose that you add to like the surface of something to make it a little more interesting. I have just this random parts bag, and that's what I did. Like, I added some wires, I added some little metal things, some more wires, a little strip, man, this does not want to focus when it's dying. Okay, whatever. Anyway, some little strips of aluminum tape, so it's not just solid black, because as you can see, that doesn't sell the illusion that he's an animatronic as well. And I really don't want that to be lost in like translation again, because every time I've cosplayed a FNAF character, I don't think anyone's gotten that it's a robot. People a lot of times don't really understand what I am. Like Springtrap got called dog multiple times, and Nightmare Fredbear got called he got called a tiger once. That was interesting. But around the wrist, I put some aluminum tape and some red fleece. Again, this isn't really what I'm going to use as the fabric for his body, but this is just like a backup if the sleeve rolls up, so who's ever in front of me or taking the picture of me won't see my skin, because that just kills it, at least for me. Like, when you can see a FNAF cosplayer's skin, it's always just like, oh no, problem, there's a severe problem, but, you know, that was annoying. I hate myself for doing that. Anyways, I think that's about it. Oh, it focused. Anyways, I think that's about it. My camera's gonna die. It's at 3%. I filmed another one of these, but my hand was over the camera the entire time, so I had to refilm it, so I don't know what I've said and not said. Right, his feet. This is his feet. They're UVA foam with tape on them, and then, orange paint on there for, like, rust. It's not exactly the same method I used as Springtrap, but these are his feet, so I'm not gonna go, like, too into detail on anything, because they're gonna see the most, like, abuse, I guess. Let's see, right, his head. I actually did the update on his head in the second part that I had my hand over the camera. Anyways, his snout was one of the things I was most insecure about this thing. So I made the shape more accurate, which makes it look like he was punched about 50 times. Maybe he was, I don't know. And it's about the right length. The other one was kind of short, which fit the aesthetic of that one, but it's not gonna work for this one. But it makes taking pictures really, really, really difficult. His head is also symmetrical, because I had drew like half of Foxy's face, and then cut it out, and then did that side, and then flipped over and did that side. You can kind of see the seam in the middle where I glued the two pieces. That's the template for his eye. I'm gonna, you know, make that eventually. And this one, unlike my other ones, I built him on a plastic mesh base instead of a fabric base. So I've never really done this before, so I'm hoping it will help with like the moving jaw and everything. And yeah, I think that's about it. So, bye, I guess.